We're heading north on the return leg of our Antarctic voyage. We're now in the northern reaches of Marguerite Bay. This morning the captain is going to attempt something that is rarely achieved. Everyone is gathering on deck to see if he can pull it off. If he does, it will be a first for him, a first for this ship, and a first for the Hurtigruten cruise line.
We're sailing through the narrow passage they call the Gullet.
And why is it called the Gullet?
Apparently because it bends back and forwards like the digestive system, supposedly. It seems to be a personal challenge for the captain. He's going to take us as far as he can, but his ambition is to get us the whole way through and come out the other side.
Only one ship has managed it so far this season. The captain tried on his last trip a couple of weeks ago, but had to turn back halfway. But today things certainly seem to be on ours and the captain's side.
Again, we seem to be very lucky with the weather and ice conditions. The expedition leader was enthusing about this so much to the extent that she practically cancelled the morning lecture, suggested that everybody get on deck instead.
How do the penguins rate our chances? No, they're not impressed. I go up to the top deck for a good view. It looks as though we're heading straight at land, but the entrance to the gullet is out there somewhere. Karen, the expedition leader, explains the situation.
Now the exciting part now is that we do not know what expects us around the corner, so when we now turn starboard in order to go through further this 11 nautical miles long channel, we might have a surprise of a lot of ice, maybe not so much ice, or we'll at least try to maneuver ourselves through. So whatever expects us through here on the starboard side, we'll have to see when we get there.
The journey towards the gullet is slow and cautious. The southern entrance contains mostly small bits of ice, but also some larger bergs. That's the obstacle course we have to get through. The ship can push away some ice, but those bergs on the port side are what the captain wants to avoid. Sun reflecting on the water and ice makes for a dazzling scene. It looks like lumpy icing sugar scattered on a bowl of mercury. There are some seals on an iceberg. There are some more on the other side. And here is another one. It's a slow morning for seals. We continue to press ahead through the gullet. Liz takes a break to monitor progress from the observation lounge. There's a lot of ice out there now, and it's looking increasingly likely we'll have to turn back. The captain has sent out the bosun to see if he can find a way through. From our vantage point, the way ahead looks choked with oversized bergs. The bosun's report is not good. It may be best to turn back, not what the captain wants to hear. Will the captain take the sensible option and turn back? He's not going to get another chance this year, that's for sure.
The captain's decided to press ahead, even though it's still a bit touch and go. We seem to be hitting the occasional lump of ice, sending shudders through the ship.
Here's us shrugging off an over-friendly piece of ice. You can hear the grinding noise as it drags along the side of the ship. That red thing is the front of the ship. It's shaped like a dolphin's nose, which turns out to be efficient for pushing through the water. We break through into more open water, while the bosun again goes ahead to check the route. He knows the answer expected of him now. Here's another piece of ice, getting the cold shoulder. And here's the captain sloughing his way through some loose fragments. But this is the sort of thing the captain wants to give a very wide berth. That looks like a future iceberg that's going to break away at some point. We're now almost at the end of the gullet, but there's still one obstacle that could force us back. That's the gullet's narrowest point. As we approach, it looks clear. We're now almost touching the sides.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are right now, in this minute, this second, we are at the narrowest point of the gullet. It looks pretty okay forward. We still have a few turns to do before we can say that we are through, but it looks good for our way through the gullet.
Karen's obviously got her binoculars out.
Ladies and gentlemen, straight forward 12 o'clock, we have a few penguins on the iceberg.
They must be powerful ones. I can't see a thing. Karen obviously doesn't know a penguin when she sees one. Those are shags. Well, we're now coming out of the gullet. Just the second ship of 2009 to make it all the way through. Captain Hansen, the crew, and we the passengers join the elite band who have sailed the gullet from end to end. But don't worry, I won't brag about it too much. We finish the day with a cruise in a polar circle boat. Hello, Seal. You didn't expect to see us, did you? And didn't want to, either. I'm out of here. Here's another type of seal, but they don't seem too pleased to see us either. What's your game, mate? Haven't you seen a seal before?
So that is crab eater seal, no?
Crab eaters.
They have much longer snouts than the Weddell seal, and they have a unicolor fur. So the Weddell seals are spotted. And as well, they normally have many scars over their body. So you see the scars over there. And actually they get the scars as a baby, because as babies they often get attacked by leopard seals. And so the scars just grow with them. That's why they're not so big.
Okay, folks, you've seen enough. Now leave us alone. You heard what the seal said. Why don't you push off? We get the message and head away. There's our ship, the Fram, on which we became one of the few groups to make it through the gullet. Did I mention that? Stefan, our guide, explains the origin of tabular icebergs as glaciers push on to the water.
It's become too long out into the sea, and the tides are moving them up and down, then large pieces of these shelf areas break off, and that gives the tabular icebergs. So they are due to the tides that we have.
It's time to go in. The day ends with the moon rising over mountains pink in the sunset. Liz asks one of the crew whether it would be pushing our luck to expect the Drake Passage to be as calm on the way back as it was on the way here.
Tell me, in your 3 years, have you ever had the Drake Lake there and back?
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
I have.
Right.
But now we want a Drake shake.
No.
So to see that how it works as well, eh?
No, I don't.
While we were photographing the moon, one of the officers came out on deck, and he mentioned that this is only the second evening of this quality that he's seen in 2 years in the Antarctic.